Hi, welcome to Colorado Brew Talk. As you can see, there's three of us. Yes. So Steven is joining us. We're actually gonna have a string of episodes with this guy, but we're kicking it off with his ESB recipe and review. So, yeah, you want to tell us anything about this ESB? He's been brewing it for years, I can tell you that.
Yeah, this is one of those recipes that I started out actually finding that my favorite style was the English style beers. For me, it was the Scott Brewing's ESB was my absolute favorite beer. My wife and I, that was the beer that we'd always go and pick up and just have in the house, right? Then for my birthday one year, she surprised me. We did a trip to Durango, and we went there. And while we were there, we got to go on a tour in Scott's brewery, and it was fantastic until they told us that they were no longer going to be making that beer. So that kind of was a downer there for a moment, but on our way out, Dave, one of the owners, was there, and I happened to see him in the bar, and I was pretty blitzed by that point though, because through the entire thing they just kept giving me drinks, and initially we thought we couldn't take any drinks on the tour, so we finished our drinks real fast. On the tour, they gave us more. So I had some liquid courage in me. I went up to him and I started talking to him, and he asked questions like, well, what's your favorite ska beer? And we told him, and then he again gave me the bad news. And so I asked him if they would send out the recipe. And he did ask me, gave me his email address and said, just email me and I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
and
well, that's really cool.
Started out with that and submitted that to the 2019, I think it was the 2019 State Fair. Ended up getting a bronze with the recipe that I had and what I had done with it. And then after that, I kind of went back and I worked with Ryan, and he and I looked at the recipe and kind of took the judges' feedback and we tweaked it even more. So it was this one recipe. It has converted into something else now that I've been brewing over and over. And yeah, it's a house favorite. So,
Well, let's pour it.
So, for those of you that are not aware, I think we mentioned in previous episodes that our Homebrew Club does these masterminds groups where you pick a style or series of styles, and people get together and discuss it, and then all brew sometimes the same recipe, sometimes they're different. But Steve did the one for, I think, ESB specifically.
I sure did, and this is the recipe we agreed on. We had a really great final result on this. There wasn't a bad beer in the bunch when we all met up. We met up at Trinity Brewing, and every single one of the examples that were brought were great.
Man, because I think I wanted to get in on that, and I hesitated, and by the time I went to sign up, it was gone. I was like, full. Oh, well,
yeah, I'm in the same boat. I wanted to get in on it, but I was like, I'm a little too busy. Didn't want to commit to anything else.
Well, the good news
I'd
is
probably be in all the mastermind groups.
I'm going to give you guys the recipe so you guys can brew.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's kind enough to share the recipe. You'll be able to find it in the show notes.
Wow,
it smells. I love the aroma on it.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Just malt and caramel, but really nice and light.
Yep.
And the lighting you guys have in here makes it look real pretty.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Because one of my favorite beers is Fuller's. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. I can't find it anywhere. But one or two times I've had it has been awesome.
Right.
And I found a clone recipe, tried brewing it, and it was an abject failure. I don't know what happened to it, but it just did not turn out. Then I tried it again. It was okay. But this blows it out of the water. This is great. I just couldn't get that caramel kind of flavor to the beer that I really liked in the ESB from Fuller's.
Yeah.
This one is about 3 months old, so it's really kind of hit its peak. So I found that brewing it over and over, I've been able to kind of find how early or late should you let it sit. About 2 to 3 months is really where it really gets its stride.
Yeah.
That's really, really nice.
Yeah, it is.
Nice dry finish. It's not. It's kind of middle dry, not too terribly dry, but
what's the ABV?
This one worked out to be 5.7, I think it was.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was getting a little bit of
gets a little hot,
little heat on the end, but I wasn't sure.
This one, just depending on how my grain is crushed, because that makes a big difference in the brew system I have. I've had it kind of range from 5 up to 6. And this one sit about the 5.7, which is usually my average on this. So.
Okay. Yeah. No, it was just like a hint that I caught in the very end. I wasn't know if it was me just being weird or. If it was
I was actually thinking as a slight. It reminded me more of like molasses or something like that. Just a nice sugar flavor that finishes off.
Yeah, and it's just the dryness.
Yeah.
Yep. That's probably what it is.
So tell us about the recipe.
Yeah.
So the recipe is it is now officially about 6 pounds of Maris Otter, 4 pounds of just regular 2-row, and then I have some Crystal 80 in it, and I don't remember the 4th grain here. I can look it up.
An 80. That's so you stick with the English Crystal.
I do. Oh, just Carapils is the other one. That's what it was.
Okay.
I've got the bin numbers from fermentation memorized where I need to go because I've brewed it so much. But what the actual names are, it looks like it's slipping my mind. So the hops on it I do use 3 different hops, and the hops I kept those the same as what the Ska one was. Thing about that, they gave me the recipe they gave me a grain, they gave me a grist to go and get. They gave me what hops. But they didn't give me percentages. They didn't give me a hop schedule. None of that was included.
No.
I even followed up. I was like, "Hey, I don't know if this was meant to be left out." I never got a response on that. So this has just been trial and error till I locked into what I like.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
So this has Galena, Northern Brewer, and EKG in it.
Okay. EKG is what you finish with.
Yes. Yeah. So
makes sense.
And it's. I don't know. The next, I also shared with you guys before this that I'm kind of looking at tweaking it up a little bit, and I'm thinking about just going all EKG just to try it.
Yeah. Or maybe Fuggles EKG.
Yeah, something like that. Just something where I'm pulling, putting more of the English hops in. So.
And yeast, what kind of yeast do you use?
This one, it just depends on which one's going to be fresher when I'm at the store, but it's either 002 or 007.
That seems appropriate. So. I'd use 007 all the time
Yeah.
just because I could,
007 is my favorite, but sometimes when I'm looking at the packages and I see that one's been sitting there longer than the other, then I'll make a different decision.
Well, 2 is the English ale, right? Mm-hmm. And what's 7?
It's the dry ale, so it's a little bit drier.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not. There's not a great difference in my opinion on them. So that's why I look for the fresher one.
Yeah. I really like 2. 2 is like a monster.
Yeah.
I mean, that English ale yeast just devours sugar, and it gets up and running in like minutes. It seems like.
Yeah. I just did a brown, American brown with I think 2, and he warned me. He's like, "Yeah, be careful. It's holy mackerel, the thing went nuts." It was like, it was going off the blow of tube and everything. It was like, ugh. But no, the 007. I just if you're doing English beer.
It's appropriate, right?
Yeah. I have no idea what the characteristics are.
We'll have to come up with a good parody name for you, like licensed to Grainville. Well, it's a wonderful beer. I've been lucky enough to have tried it several times. I've always quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's really. I think this may have been the first time I tried it.
Yeah. You have to let me know if you need any quality testing.
Absolutely.
So, as I said, you're going to see Steven in some other upcoming episodes, but did you want to add anything, Steve?
This is great. Guys, I know we've been trying to get together to do this for a while, so I appreciate your patience. So
don't worry about it.
Glad it's finally working out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Glad you're here. So. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Till next time. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for watching our video. Check out our website at coloradobrewtalk.com for more great content.
While you're there, be sure to leave us a comment or drop us a line with your thoughts.
You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter at CO Brew Talk, or follow the links below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any future content.
Or episodes, as the case may be.